Hello!
Hello!
And welcome back to Project Mosquito.
In this week's episode, we're going to be fitting on new alloy panels.
It looks like a car and it feels car-shaped.
You cut out. I'm not sure it's going to work.
I am. Have faith, Father.
Oh no, it won't come off, it's fixed. It lives there now.
Yeah.
Right, grips are still on.
Oh yeah. So we're confident in our frame making abilities now.
Yeah, now we've had a practice on the front, we can do the back.
Because we made this one in the last episode, and so we're going to use the same technique for everywhere else. We're going to do this top one first.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we can easily take this panel off as well, and we don't damage it.
Yeah.
More about this swaged edge and the tubing.
Loads of room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to have a look?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there is, isn't there? A lot more than I thought there was.
Yeah. Tons of room for activities. One of the best lessons Dad ever taught me was always do your big bits first. Because when you do your big bits, then you're left over with a lot of little bits that you can do your little bits with.
Yeah, but if you chop your big bits, you chop your little bits up first, you lose your long lengths.
Yeah.
And when you need a long length, they're all too short.
And it's going to have to be quite deep, isn't it?
Yeah,
because around the pockets.
Got to get around the pockets and still have a flange left. So,
by the pockets, we're referring to the seat belt.
yeah, the harness. These pockets are there, so we can thread a harness through the back onto this tube, but also keep the engine bay out of the cabin.
Yeah. It needs it's a bit thick in middle. It's a little smidge off. Yeah, it needs a little bit out of the, yeah, dump it now.
Come around a bit.
Yep. That went down my back.
Yeah, I just only want to put a few tacks on there. Because I'll weld it from the other side.
Yeah.
And then we get a nice, we don't need to dress the welds up
as much, yeah.
As much, we can just dress these back and then we can get a nice strip on.
Yeah.
So we're going from this, that edge
from
there.
this edge, because we know that edge is on that edge.
That sits on that edge there. And then we can come up 280mm to that edge there. Just double check it
and then just chop our pockets out.
Yeah. What I'll do in this this episode, I won't weld it in today.
No.
We'll get it all tacked in place, get all the panels fitting nice.
Yeah.
And then I'll just nip in and do it over the course of the next couple of days. We don't need to film me welding.
The thing is, with small strips like this, one of the problems we had in the previous time we made the frame on the inside is because it's such thin strips, it heats up and warps really easily, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And if you're just welding it on the table, and that's why we ended up cutting out and replacing the bottom strip on the inside, because the heat just warped it and tipped it out, and it just didn't fit. So then we ended up chopping it out and replacing it anyway. So yeah, being supported by the car will be better.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, when you see cars with like the aluminium Kirky seats and no seat pads on,
yeah.
I always think, can you imagine getting in one of those cars after like it's been parked in the sun for a couple of hours?
No.
Just end up branded for life. Well, that's certainly starting to look like a thing. Yeah, it's been all off, isn't it?
It's a little spot weld. So with the car being mid-engine, it's like, see, it might seem like a lot of work to do for just insulate this little bit. But in truth, the engine's sat here and there's no moving, if you're stuck in traffic, there's no moving air past it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a grille here with air kind of coming through the front end all the
time. It's like a front engine, front wheel drive car. If it's stuck in traffic, has the fans at the front are either blowing through or sucking through the radiator, and but at least you've got air moving.
Yeah.
Whereas in here, we don't. If you stay stationary in traffic, you don't have any air moving.
Yeah.
So we need to make this as well ventilated and as well insulated as possible, just for those extreme conditions.
Yeah, because here it can get upwards of 45 Celsius in summer, and I would like to take this car to see my family in Morocco, and we don't want air conditioning because we don't need air conditioning.
No, because as you're standing weight.
Yeah, and for everyone that says if you're going to take it to Africa, you need air conditioning. People have been driving across Africa for quite a while now without air conditioning, absolutely fine. If we use that fiberglass dual sandwich with aluminium, we can use aluminium tape and tape the edge.
Tape it also, yeah, so it makes it totally, it makes it waterproof. Should water ever get in there?
Yeah. And you get a little packet, and then you can just pop your packet in.
Yeah, like a cushion.
Yeah.
Move your fingers back a bit. Oh no, it fell off.
Got it.
It's the wax, it's making it come unstuck.
Is it?
Yeah.
Acting as a lubricant.
Yeah. Yeah, when it slows down, it just kicks it off. That's looking so much neater.
Yeah.
As you can see, once we trim all the panels back,
It'll look pretty.
it looks how much nicer it's going to look, because obviously we've got this piece of tubing showing here. When we put the other panel in, it'll run along a similar edge on this side, so you'll still be able to see the tubing, the tube frame.
Because we don't want to hide the work, we want to highlight the work.
It's not that big of a panel once it's all chopped down.
Yeah.
It's worked out really well.
And the reason why we haven't gone for, like, I don't know, bead rolling Mosquito in it or anything like that, it's very easy with something like this to make it a bit twee.
It's not,
isn't it?
Yeah, just
a bit kitsch.
A bit kitsch, yeah.
And you want people to look at it and just go, oh, that's just a really nice thing. And yeah, we can, you know, put little details in it, make it slightly insect-like in certain ways. I mean, just like the front bulkhead, you know, when the doors are open and the bonnet's open and all that, and you look at the chassis, you'll see the Mosquito facing, and you'll see the wings that are in the firewall kind of peeking out from behind the door, but only if you're paying attention. And I like stuff like that. If you know, you know. You know? I love stuff like that.
And if you don't, it just looks like a really, really nice well-built car.
It looks like a really nice thing, yeah.
Hot.
It took us a week and a half to do our first panel, our first frame. A week and a half. And we've just done that in...
An hour?
Yeah, just more than an hour morning.
Yeah.
More than an hour.
2 hours.
Yeah. 1 down, 2 to go.
Yeah, that looks superb now.
Everything about these sides has been difficult.
Yeah, we'll trim a little bit off to start with and then put it back on. And
Oh, do you want to make the frame first? Or do you want to trim the panel first?
Trim the panel first, I think.
Okay.
We'll make it a bit less. Make it 8 mil.
Yeah.
So if we just take more off. Needs to come over.
That's it. And because these aren't removable and easily polishable, there is a load of products on the market that you can just like wipe over. They make some stuff for like pontoon boats, don't they?
Yeah.
Aluminium pontoon boats. It's almost like a nail varnish, and you just put it on a rag and you can wipe it down and it won't oxidise. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of our Patreon members.
Yes, thank you guys.
Alex Wood, Andy Bottomley, Doug Schatt and Steve Schriefer. If you are interested in supporting this build, if you don't want to see us starve to death, I should stop saying that, shouldn't I? Then you can support us.
Although your grandma did say on the telephone she thought you'd lost weight.
Yeah, I'm a bit thin at the minute. I've been doing much because I've been allergic. But so yeah, if you don't want my grandma to worry about me, patreon.com/oliverpickard. I've lost weight, I must admit, because I've been doing as much. A lot of editing and not a lot of cycling and not a lot of house building. But It is what it is this time of year, isn't it?
It is.
So yeah, patreon.com/oliverpickard, help fatten me up. That looks really good from here. It only needs to be about 3 mil. In fact, probably less than that because it's going round the radius.
Yeah. Yeah, because as it rolls round, it drops in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That gives us a nice seam. I'll just better trim that off. I'll just to seam seal that edge.
Yep.
Once we're in. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together?
Yeah, I think if we trim the bottom, to pull the bottom around a bit, so that one's good.
Yeah.
It's just this side, that bottom, and this edge needs a trim, and then that'll pull that round so it'll attach to the frame then.
Yeah.
You might want to go a bit shorter on this side, on here as well. And that will just help pull it in.
Yeah, well, we'll leave that till we actually fasten it on proper.
Okay.
And we've got a little bit to play with. See that edge there? If anything, that needs some taking off.
I think that looks pretty good.
Yep.
Mark it with a pen, and then we can do some framing, yeah?
Well, trim all the side down as well, I think.
You want to trim both and then do frames? Okay.
Together, yeah.
In the last video, when we did the beauty shops, I stood back and I thought, that looks really pretty, right? Now this one's all trimmed up. How clumsy does that look?
We'll chop a chunk off first, get it somewhere near.
They work really well.
Yeah, but it's like, what is it? It's like 800s.
Yeah. Well, they work really well. Like these Black & Decker mounties, rubbish for woodwork, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not good for anything because you end up digging grooves and stuff and all sorts. It's terrible. But I tell you what, polishing aluminium, if you can get some super soft pads, they're genuinely really good. Yeah, it's a little bit more love, but we'll sort that out later.
Okay, see if it fits.
Do you think this needs to be rotated?
Yeah, we'll bring that in more to match the other side, because that's 30 mil in from that edge of that tube to there.
Yeah.
On the other side is 30 mil.
Right.
So we can literally take another 7 mil off that edge. And that's pulled in like that, that's in like that. Splendid.
I can't put a clamp on the bottom, can I? Because there's nothing to clamp to.
No, because it's flat. Yeah.
Because don't forget that there will be a skid pan underneath the engine as well. So it will extend out underneath and be all...
Yeah, the floor will be completely flat right from the back of the radiator all the way to here.
Yeah, cowpoo resistant as well. Cowpoo resistant as well. So now you know we've been using these for months, and every time you pick them up, that happens.
Yeah.
There's a little tab there.
Yeah, he's knocking in.
That you bend over, and that no longer happens.
Don't want it catching on the thing.
It doesn't. Well, that's a lot better than it were this morning.
Yeah, it fits beautifully now. Once we put our tabs on the inside and we can pull the panel in.
Yeah, once it's got something to tighten up to.
Yeah, because it's just sat in free state now, other than
there's some gaps here and there, but they'll go. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. It looks absolutely superb.
Yep.
And I'm so glad we didn't throw all that away.
Yeah.
All right, that just goes to show it comes in and it comes in, doesn't it? And so let us know what you think down in the comments, because it really does. Clicking like and leaving a comment really does help us beat the algorithm. And I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of our Patreon members.
Yes, thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
We couldn't do this without you. And please be awesome to each other. We'll see you all in the next one.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.